Rabotai, Chai Virai. Welcome to a Tuesday night shiur. We're back here Tuesday nights. Monday and Wednesdays we're somewhere else. Tuesday we're here. Sunday mornings we're doing also over there very soon. More of a halachic
Sunday's here?
breakdown. No, over there, the other location. Yeah, we're growing. We're expanding. Okay, what's your question? Go ahead.
In Judaism, do we believe in the concept of the end justify the means?
The end justifies
The means.
the means. Do we believe? Is that your question? I think that's the I think that's the reality of everything.
So we do what we do?
I think the whole question is krum.
Why?
Because
I can tell you what I'm basing it off of.
Oh no, just listen for 1 second. It all nothing's ever clear until the end. Because once the end happens, you start to realize why everything happened throughout the cycle. Now, if you're looking at it as an excuse-wise, then no. But if you're looking at it as a process-wise, then yes.
I was thinking
Can I tell you
about
what I'm basing it off of?
Is it personal?
No.
Go ahead.
So in the last parasha, Yaakov was lying to get the bracha and deceived his father. And he thought it was like against his very self because he's emet, he's truthful, and he was lying and all of that. But because he lied and got the way he did to get the bracha, the whole Jewish nation came from him.
The whole Jewish nation was going to come from him regardless.
Without the bracha or not, I thought that bracha was like for fruitfulness.
That bracha,
for everything else included.
That bracha, we have to understand. The Zohar says that Yaakov Avinu was the reincarnation of Adam Rishon, Rivka was the reincarnation of Chava, and Esav was the reincarnation of the snake. If Esav would have gotten the blessings, we would have been lost forever. The world would have been tohu vavohu.
So ends do just what I mean.
No, you see, no. Because what's his narrative over here?
Who's Yaakov?
Yours. Your narrative in this question is: do all the wrongdoings at the end all positive? Because at the end of the day, that's what needed to happen. It's like saying, I'm going to live with a goya, I'll have a kid from her, and the kid that's going to come out, I'm going to make sure he's going to become a gadol ador, and then I'll justify the fact that I lived with a goya, that my son ended up to be a gadol ha-dor. That's where he's coming out of it.
I definitely wasn't kidding at that, but here, okay, fine.
That's a narrative.
Why is it different in those two cases? Yaakov
Because first of all, Yaakov, if you look at the parasha, he didn't do it all intentionally. How does he say he is Esav?
He paused, right?
You didn't read Rashi. That's the problem. We don't learn from Rashi. Rashi says that he didn't lie. He used...
Still lying though.
He used...
Light lie.
No, he used a game of words. He was using a game of words.
He said, I am.
He said, I am
Trickery.
your eldest.
But that's still lying.
I am your eldest. Your first... No, he didn't say firstborn. He said your eldest. Esav
He was
is...
conceived first.
Rabbi, it's still lying though.
It is white lie.
It's still lying. At the end of the day, okay, we know what he did. He wasn't. His father thought one thing, and that's not really what he meant. So it's lying, no?
So if...
White lie minimal.
So let me ask you a question. If someone goes to court, right, and he manipulates the situation, he doesn't say he didn't do it. He just manipulates it. Did he lie?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
I think so. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Why?
Because
Would you say it's a form of white lie at least?
No. He didn't lie. He manipulated the situation.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
That's part of
now
lying.
You're getting emotional. That's good that she said that.
What
She
about
should say that.
Gadaev?
That's her. That's where they come in.
You're
right.
What about Gadaev?
So that's another question. That's the real question. That's a good question, and that was probably the answer is yes. And Yaakov, I think down the line, he did get some sort of cleansing process he needed to go through because of that. He needed to go through some.
So the ends do justify the means, no?
No, and yes. Yes, in a sense of everything gets justified at the end. But don't use the whole mean process as an excuse for you to say what you're saying. It's the intentions that count. Someone sins, right? If he does it lachatchila, it's a much bigger issue if he does it like purposely. Then if he doesn't do it lachatchila, if he does it whatever, he falls. Right? How many men promise they're never gonna do shazal? Right? But binen, right? They're not gonna do it. Suddenly they fall. The second they fall, they run to the mikveh, they do tshuva, The next day, same test. That's the next day, this generation. Next hour, same test. Now what? Does that mean that you already had intentions to begin with? No. Understand? Or you're gonna say, just the means justify, just it's everything is justified then. It's okay. No. That's trying to find an excuse. That's trying to find an excuse for why you're doing what you're doing. That's the difference.
So why was it by Yaakov?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Here we go.
Amen.
It was different by Yaakov because he did it for a mitzvah, or what's like?
I'm not saying it's different by Yaakov. He didn't want to do it to begin with.
He still did it.
Correct. And I think he got punished for it. I have to find the source. I have to find the source for it. I think at the end he got
I heard
punished.
a Rambam that when he was fighting with the angel, that was like his tsar, because he was still feeling guilt from lying to his father.
No, I heard someone else lied to him. Or when his son switched the bed, maybe.
The Torah says that he didn't just switch the bed. Reuven actually slept with her.
What? Who's what?
I heard that before.
He doesn't need to hear. It says it in the.
No, I
Torah.
heard from a rabbi before.
It says it in the Torah. It's black and white.
That one.
And
Obviously, they didn't hear it.
he actually went and slept with his father's wife.
Which one?
Who was Rachel Imenu's what's it called? Maid. Bila. So they say that he actually went to sleep with her.
What was his thought process?
What was his?
Thought process for allowing that.
Who? Reuben?
Yeah.
It was a sign of showing dominancy. You see it by many people. You see it also by David HaMelech's son, Avshalom. He took his father's concubines as his own.
No, but that's after the whole story that happened with his brother.
Doesn't make a difference. Who takes their father's
Not his father.
who takes their father's side pieces?
His father didn't do it.
Yeah, but he was told to do that. That wasn't his original idea.
It doesn't make a difference. He did it.
But his brother said.
At the end, there is a man da'amar that said what does the man da'amar say? There is a shot that says as follows: what did Reuven really do? It's this week's parasha actually. What did Reuven really do? He wasn't letting his father be intimate with his wife by walking back and forth, and that's when he got punished. To actually say he went and slept with his father's wife is. Don't forget, there's a whole tribe that comes from him. Some even say the Bukharians come from Reuven.
Really?
Yeah. That's kind of that's what they say. That if you track this, that, whatever the case is, that's what they say. But to say that he went and actually was with, it's a bit hard. The Ari was a Gilgul of Reuven. You know that?
Really?
Yeah. Reuven had to have all the glory. Kingdomship, a priesthoodship, firstbornship, he lost it all.
Because of that, right?
Because of his disrespect towards his father. All his life he did tshuva for it. His whole life. He was the first person that actually, not the first, but
One of the beginnings
to do tshuva, like intense tshuva. All his life he was bitzar because of it.
He still got rebuked at the end.
He got rebuked at the end, yes. His father never said anything to him, only at the end of his life.
Isn't that even worse?
Ask a question now, because once I start the shul, I'm not.
What does so you know what if the kavanas like in the first paragraph? I mean, like Avram is Chesed and Yisrael is Gvura, and then Yaakov is Tiferet. What's Tiferet mean?
Okay, first of all, we have it all wrong. You ready to hear it? According to the Rashash, that kavanah is false.
Wow. Does anyone follow? No one follows that though, no?
It's in like
Because it's in the
half
Sidurim, so all Amei Aratzot, they're unlearned, that's what they know.
But
If you're if you're a learner, how do you have to think? Elokei. Elokei. The God of who? Which is Avram's Keneged. Which Sfira? Chesed. So the Elokei of Chesed is Chochmah. The Elokei of Gevurah, which is Yitzchak, is Bina. And the Elokei of that, of Tiferet is that. So really when you say Elokei Avraham, Elokei Yitzchak, Elokei Yaakov, what are you supposed to think about? Chabad. Chochmah, Bina, and that.
Chabad, wow, that's a good way to put it in there.
No, don't.
Where did the learning differences come from? Like what happened? How did it split apart?
It didn't split apart. It didn't split apart. It just, you could think of it too, but you have to first think Chochmah on top of Chesed, Bina on top of Gvura,
What is Bina
and
mean?
that.
Understanding.
It's not really understanding, but it's more like it's a deeper level of understanding. That is really understanding.
It's like knowing, knowledge.
Yeah, a little bit more. It's more intense than that. What's Tiferet? Tiferet means beauty. Why is it beauty?
Why does Yaakov
Because he had a perfect balance of judgment and kindness. He wasn't Abraham one way. He wasn't Yitzchak one way. He was Yaakov, balance. Tiferet means beauty. When someone has balance in their life, they're beautiful.
But Yitzhak was judgmental?
He wasn't judgmental. He was very zealous.
Isn't Tiferet translated as glory? Or is there a difference?
No.
No?
No. Glory goes to Netzach and Hod. Tiferet means beauty. You can check it out. Tiferet means beauty. What's with all the Kabbalah question, guys?
Okay,
Yeah.
guys.
I have a lot of questions for now. Good parts.
Guy,
Good parts of
The place where you guys learn this stuff is Asr. You can't talk about Kabbalah and stuff. Go ahead.
You were saying yesterday, was at the Shia last night, you were saying how you're supposed to get to a level where sometimes you want to go, like, you're talking about mitzvot, but you said like about shachri, where it's, as opposed to for it being a burden, you want it to be where you're enjoying and you want to go.
Correct.
How do you get to that? For guys, like, especially for me, I like to sleep in, I like to chill, it's hard to necessarily get up
You
every
think
single
because
day.
it comes with routine? That's why people lose love for it? No, but I'm saying
You
some
never had it to begin with.
the love for it, you know?
When you have a love to something, it can never become a routine. It's always
That's not true.
it's a concept of hamechadish b'chol yom. It's always new. Then you never really loved it. You enjoying it is different than loving it. The exact opposite. When you love it, you don't enjoy it, but you enjoy its presence. It's two different things. A man can love his wife, but can also hate her at the same time. How? He loves her presence, but he has certain things about her that he despises. Doesn't mean that he doesn't love her.
Is that a bad thing, or
Well, that's another thing. You're going into the. Of course, it's not
Different
good.
side.
how you supposed
You have
look
to
at those
reach
things?
that level of, regardless of the positive and negative, you still have this ahava towards her.
But you're hiding what you're feeling, though. If you
No,
hide
we-
things that she does you don't like.
building for
No. I'm saying you have to turn it also into ahava.
Even things that bother you a lot.
Correct.
Wow.
You see, when you reach a certain hitkachut level,
What does that mean?
renewal level, the things automatically start to drop. You see, that it can't be possible that a man can be so infatuated with someone and that the other person doesn't cling to it. If the other person doesn't cling to it, there's a problem between you to that person. The concept of maybe there's a traumatic thing that wasn't healed, that needs to be healed. It's very important. Aharon was a therapist, you know that, right? That's why everyone loved him. He was a psychologist. He was the group.
Moshe wasn't? It was a judge?
Moshe Rabbeinu, no one loves the leader. Don't ever forget that. No one loves the rabbi. Why?
He says all the truth.
Because the rabbi is the one that has to rebuke the people. No one likes to hear the truth. Everyone loves you until you take control. That's the way it works in life. Right? Guy and girl go out, they're in love. Suddenly the man's the man of the house, she doesn't love anymore. Why? Because he took control. but he has to know how to. This is the difference. You need a proper hadracha on how to lead the house in a way that she should fall in love with that leadership, because that's what they're craving. Every girl craves it. Proper leadership is the way to go. And what happens if there is no proper leadership? She finds it somewhere else. That's where influence of social media and friends and family comes into place. That's because he damaged it in the beginning. I always blame the guy. That's what it is. Don't worry, they also have a lot of schmutz they gotta fix. Don't get me wrong, they're not perfect. But Elamai, the man, is the one that leads. He's the one that holds the reins of the horse and says to go right or left. That's the way it works. Go ahead.
So should a person not get married, man or woman, if they haven't fixed that?
No, absolutely not. You'll never fix it. You'll never fix it without her. She's the one that takes out all the dark secrets out of you. What's that mean? A person can be holding a certain pain in his heart for years, and it's only once he gets married does he feel a sense of looseness. What's that looseness? You start to act up on that pain. And see, she detects it right away. So then what happens? She says, you have to change. It's not working this way. What's the problem here? You don't know how to. So instead of her being smart and knowing how to guide, that's why she's Bina. She has to be the one that's going to guide you. Instead, she doesn't. What does she do? She breaks you even more.
You gotta break to rebuild.
You're being now stupid. That was stupid. Sorry for my French. That was just stupid. What you just said now was like off. Was a bit off. You gotta break to rebuild. Rainbow. What's this does? You're already broken. There's nothing to break. That's what it is. She's just the only one there that's enlightening you for your brokenness.
She wants to deal with your problems though.
She has no choice.
Yeah, but that's like, you're just venting. It's like women do. It's not what a man does.
A man doesn't vent.
You have all those
acts.
problems.
He acts. He acts. Well, suddenly she gets married. Suddenly she realizes he's a kamtzan. Why? What's a kamtzan? Cheap. Oy, lahami yom adin. No woman likes a cheap man. Even if they're cheap, they don't want the man to be cheap.
If you guys are broke.
Still,
That's the worst thing. Not for you. It's the worst thing if she doesn't understand that we're broke. That's the worst thing in the world. You have to pray to Hashem every day that your wife understands the situation. It's okay to be broke. It's okay to be broke. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's the reality of life. As long as you know you don't want to stay broke. But it's okay to start your life in down. It's perfectly fine. If you think you need to have everything perfect in your life and then start, that's a problem actually. I'm very against that actually.
Why?
Because then you have nothing that you build together. You guys don't know struggle. And if you don't know struggle, you don't know pain. If you don't know pain, you never really built yourselves. And that's where all the problems happen. Because everything's perfect, and suddenly, boom, the first problem, all hell breaks loose. But if the expectation is so low, how I said yesterday, low expectations is key. What happens? Every single buildup becomes wow. We progressed from a bicycle to a car, even though it's broken down, right? Wow, we progressed from this car to this. Before you know, we progressed from living in a stinky 1-bedroom, now we're getting a junior. Oh my God, now we're getting a 2-bedroom. What? But if you already go in, that's when people told me, I have an apartment. If I have an opportunity right now to have money, before I get ready to buy an apartment, I don't buy it. Go live in rent for a year. It's a waste of money. No, it's not. You're investing in your marriage. You don't even know how much you're investing. You don't even know. That's how scary it is. But when you have these girls that just get married and they live in Tralalando, I want this and I want that. People don't understand how bad that is. Parents too, they give. What are you doing? You 2.0 goal. What are you doing? Who is she gonna marry one day? Think she's gonna appreciate it? You know how strong you need to raise your daughters and for them to understand that from coming from such riches. Am I wrong?
100%.
Inside joke.
Am I wrong, bud?
No, you're not wrong at
There
all.
you go. You have to raise daughters that are strong like a rock in order to have that mentality that I come from everything and I'm willing to build up.
How do you do that nowadays though? With like all social media and like
All the distractions and influences.
all the friends.
I don't understand the question.
Okay, all their friends in social media, they
It affects them.
they always get married already, have houses, BMWs and all this. So how are you supposed to raise your daughter to like? It's okay if you live broke with your husband for the first couple of years. I know I'm young, like I'm not like.
I don't hear a question, I hear
What?
venting.
No, why?
What's the question?
What's the process of how to raise your daughter?
How do you raise a daughter to not have that mindset? To have that mindset.
You're wrong. You think you have to raise your daughter that way. You have to raise yourself that way. That's why you're all wrong. We're trying to perfect the other one. We're not realizing. You have to perfect yourself.
We're trying, wherever we're trying.
No, you're not trying.
What?
You're not trying.
Why?
What time you woke up to Shacharit today?
Huh?
What
I
time?
was there, 7 a.m.
What time did you wake up?
7 a.m.
What time did you wake up?
7 a.m.
What time was Shacharit?
10:45.
What did you do for 45 minutes?
Just getting ready, waiting for the bathroom. I live in a dorm. Right?
You're right.
The struggle is real.
I know, Rabbi Sa, I was in yeshiva too. I was in a dorm too, guys. I was in a dorm with 250 kids. We had three bathrooms and one shower house. Guys, I know what it is. Not 3 toilets, 3 bathrooms. Each bathroom stall, I don't know, 8 bathrooms. 200 guys. Rabbi Sa, I know what it is. Don't think I live in a dira. Like I'm supposed to feel bad for you. How many people in the dira? 20 guys maybe?
20.
20? Huh? In a dorm. 20 guys, 3 bathrooms, you're still good. You're still good. You're still good. The question is, why didn't you wake up at 6 o'clock?
Oh.
Why didn't you go to the mikvah? Why didn't you go learn before? Why didn't you go? Okay, no
fanatic.
mikvah.
That's too much,
No,
Rabbi.
it's not too much.
Aren't you not supposed
That's
to
not
have
balance. You sound like Yaakov, have balance.
Yeah, but that's
That's
not.
he's gonna burn out.
No, he's not gonna run out.
By doing that every day, Rabbi.
It's a routine.
We live
It's
in New
not
York.
even-
We don't live in Spot, Rabbi.
No, you look for
No.
Arizona, Robert.
You know when you burn out? You know when you burn.
When do you burn out?
You know when you burn out? Unfortunately, but when the hanhala that you're in doesn't appreciate what you do,
Yeah.
that's when you burn out.
Organization, rabbis.
When the yeshiva that you're in doesn't appreciate what you do, that's when you burn out.
You think burning out's a mentality or it's just like an actual
No, it's a reality.
reality?
It's not a mentality; it's a reality. But if you have good rebellion, they can fix you right away. They can fix you right away. Right away. The second you get burnt out, within 24 hours they can fix you. Because what does really burning out really mean?
You're not getting that.
It's too much.
Yeah, I
No?
guess.
You're exhausted.
Yeah, out of gas.
No,
You're doing it yourself. You're on your own.
no. No one understands me.
Yeah.
I'm all alone. I'm all alone. That's why the guys that always follow the rhythm of the yeshiva, they never get burnt down. But the guys that want more, they get burnt out. Why? That's where the mashgiach of the yeshiva comes in. He's the one that's supposed to, even though he doesn't agree with what you're doing, he still has to be the one that's going to lift you up. That's the pshat. That's what he needs. That's his job. To uplift you to that level of, we don't agree with this, but you know what? If it makes you follow and make you feel good in your Torah and mitzvot, go for it.
So what about guys that leave yeshiva and go to work and learn? They don't have a system that helps build.
You don't need a
growth.
system.
You just said that's why you get burnt out. Though.
No, you get burnt
don't have
out
a
when you're
system.
in this. No, when you're in the system, and they don't appreciate what you do more. But if you initially are not in a system, you are your own system. You understand? You are the only one at that point that has to already pick yourself up. We see this in this week's parasha. Yaakov leaves Shem ve'ever. He was there for how many years?
14.
22.
20, 22 years. He was there for 22 years. And in those 22 years, he was in a system. He was learning, he was steiging, he leaves to go to see his uncle. He's not in the system anymore.
Okay.
He goes to get married. Can you imagine? You wake up and behold a different woman's lying next to you. How you gonna feel? How you gonna feel, ya habibi?
Surprised.
Surprised? Maybe you'd be happy. Maybe you'd be happy. But Yaakov Avinu was dumbfounded. He was so upset.
Wait, who was the woman?
Who was Leah?
Leah.
Leah. Suddenly, Leah Imenu's next to him. What is this? And they were twins, so you can't say they don't look alike.
Wow.
You can't say they don't look alike.
That's the first time I've heard that.
They were twins.
I was like a 2-year age gap.
They were twins. That's why they always said that Rachel is going to marry Yaakov and Leah's going to marry Esav. It's a perfect shidduch, everyone said. Twins with twins.
Where did it say they were twins?
I'll show it to you. It's in Rashi. They were twins. I think it's also Midrash. I don't know if it's Rashi. It could be Midrash. Suddenly, so you can't say it was the looks over here, even though it does say that Rachel Imenu's eyes were more beautiful than Leah's, even though it says that.
No,
But one second before, that's not important. They were twins. He didn't care about the beauty. He cared about one thing. He wanted Yosef to come out into this world already. He wanted Yosef.
So he knew.
How did he know?
He knew that he has to have a child with Rachel Imenu. The Ari said he would marry all four of the wives eventually. He would marry Rachel, and then he would marry Bilhah, then he would marry Leah, and then Zilpah. But what happened? There was a little twist in plans. He had to marry all four simultaneously. It's not easy to have four wives. It's a bad thing. It's not a good thing. Have more than one wife is very bad.
What is that?
Why? Because you can't please one normally. You think you're gonna please four. If you think only about the bedroom, you're very wrong. Because I'm not saying you. I'll explain to you why. 4 wives are 4 headaches. 4 wives are 4 headaches. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Oh my God, you don't like women. I'm married to a woman. Relax, everybody. Relax. It's 4 headaches. By the time you get to know one of them, by the time you've been seeing their nature, by the time you learn them, by the time you're in love with them, by the time you grow your family, before you know it, you have another 3 to take care of. And it never ends because each one always gets jealous from the other one. So what are you going to do? You're going to be like a bobblehead, running from this tent to that tent to that tent to this tent. Who needs this dirty sad? Who needs this? For what? For a couple of minutes of pleasure?
They were jealous of each other?
Of course! You don't see this week's Parsha? Leah bought Yaakov for flowers! Flowers! For tea! Think about for roots! For roots! She said, give me your husband for the night. That night, really, she had to get pregnant, Rachel Imenu. She messed up. And who came out instead? Yisachar. Yes, Sachar. You get reward. That's what he's named after. Getting reward for her devotion of having her husband. Anytime a woman shows affection and love to her husband and puts him first, she always gets rewarded at him. That's where Yisachar comes to the picture. But anytime she goes and starts to, she's giving me those face like, anytime she goes and starts to fight, that's where all the Shalom Bayit breaks. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's perfect, he's not perfect. But Lamaisa, at the end of the day, if she shows that affection, he'll melt. You take even the most bazarnik kind of guy, if he gets that affection from his wife, he'll melt, he'll do whatever she wants. He'll melt, instantaneously. Instantaneously he'll melt. That's why all men, they don't want 2 wives, they want 1 wife and 3 mistresses. What's the difference? A mistress is only here to please the guy. She mamish doesn't want anything from him, at least in his mind. So anything she'll ask, what happens? He'll give it to her. Why? Because she's always pleasing him. She's always looking good for him. She's always taking care of him. She's always hitting him up. She's always like, did you eat? Did you this? Did you? The wife doesn't do that. If the wife would do that, then what would happen? He would give her everything. Everything in the world. Everything. But what do they teach us in our culture? Unfortunately, the new American culture at least, or even the old culture, you have to hold your honor, your respect. You can't make him take advantage of you. He's not going to take advantage of you. If you're being a good wife, why should he take advantage of you? Why? Or what's the ma'aseh? He's not going to take advantage of you. He'll give you the world. I promise you. Every man will die for his wife. He would die for her. So how come he doesn't want to live for her? Because she doesn't let him live. That's why. If you let him live, he'll do anything for you. Absolutely anything. It's all the ego game. That's what it all is. It's all the ego game. Crush the ego, have a happy life. Any other questions? No?
How, like about the shachrit thing, making from a burden to make it enjoyable, what are you supposed to do?
Okay.
Mitzvot in general, not necessarily shachrit, but...
Yeah, in general, any mitzvot, any Torah. Okay, so we're going on a, this is a different tangent, but I'll try to answer you on one front. This is really for the Monday and Wednesday shiurim, but since I guess the first time we met was yesterday, so please.
In Israel.
We met.
Adira.
True. We also met in Eretz Yisrael. True.
True.
Yeah, we met there too. I didn't speak to all the guys there. Everyone was in their own bubble. So I'll give you a small little answer. The only way you'll get to actually enjoy doing Torah mitzvot is if you understand what the mitzvah really is all about. And to understand really what the mitzvah is all about, you also have to learn Pnimiyut HaTorah. You must. Pnimiyut HaTorah means...
Why are you doing it?
What?
Why are you doing it? Like,
No, but what is Pnimiyut HaTorah? Pnimiyut HaTorah is Torah Ta'ari, Torah Baal Shem Tov. Now, unfortunately, when people hear this, they get very scared. There's a stigma. And anything to do with spirituality, there's a stigma. That you're going to become wacko. You become a whack job.
Tzfat.
It's what?
Tzfat.
No, tzfat is different. Tzfat is an avira of hefkerut. The problem with tzfat is you feel hefker. Hefker is a problem. You know what hefker means? I do whatever I want. I go with the wind. No. You can't do that. You can't be a hefker valve. Lahefech, learning Pnimiyut Torah is supposed to make you even more strict in your Torah. Why? Because now that you know what you're doing, you feel a more sense of what? Responsibility. Not guilt, talk positive. Responsibility. You feel more responsible for what you're doing. Wow, I have this suit of davening 3 times a day to put on tefillin. You know what tefillin is?
Why do most Jews nowadays not see it that way?
Because we live in a generation of let me explain something to you. It's sad. I was just thinking about it when I was driving here. The same question. And my answer is very simple. In the last generation and on, they weren't able to do the mitzvot to the stringent level. Because they didn't have the ability. They did everything to what they could have done. But what was it? They always inspired to do more. So that gave them that sense of kashrut, that connection to God. Elamai, in this generation, it's so easy to do mitzvot lechatchila that when you look at the mitzvah as a b'diavad, you look at it like, oh. So that connection of God is not there because you think you are connected to God to the highest level because you're doing the mitzvah to the highest level. Not knowing that that's just the first part. How about actually giving a neshama to that mitzvah? How do you give a neshama to a mitzvah? By doing it b'tchila l'chima, with yira and ahava together. And you can only do it b'yira b'ahava if you learn the Torah, meaning learning Gemara and Halacha, and learning Pnimiyut, understanding what it is. But unfortunately, in the world of the Torah, since it's controlled by Litaim and Ashkenazim, they don't learn these things. And it's not their
So
fault.
they're not happy about doing mitzvot, basically.
Correct.
They're just robots.
Correct.
There's a lot of verbatim that I've seen that they're actually genuine about it. They're not robots. I'm saying I've seen robots and I've seen people that are actually genuine about it. So what do I say about those people?
Okay. So if we break it, let's break it down. Let's break it down. A person that's so there's a couple of months to go to that question. There are people that are happy with just doing it because Hashem told them to do it, which is also very high madriga.
That's a problem. Oh.
That's
It's hard to
also-
reach.
It's very high madriga. But then there are people that they're not satisfied with that. They want to understand what they're doing. Those people that just want to do it because they want to understand to their ability, their kiyum mitzvot is tenfold higher. Why? Because at the end of learning why you're doing it, you realize that you still don't know why. So now you have the plus of the not knowing, the knowing, and the doing. So you're tenfold higher. Sfaradim never had this problem. It was only by the Ashkenazim. Why? Because of all the problems they used to go through. Mashiach Sheker, pogroms, new ideologies. Sfaradim never had this.
It's traumas.
They're all full of trauma. That's why they all need therapy. We also need therapy, don't get me wrong. But we need 2 classes. They need 10 years. It's a bit different. They have major generational trauma. Major generational trauma. And this is proven.
How does it affect them nowadays, though?
Because generational trauma stays in your DNA.
How? Just the reality?
It's a reality, yeah. It's
Mindset
proven.
is passed on.
It's passed on. That's why it's always very important when you get married to also look at the teva of the parents, the family. It's
How do you
very
know? How do you
important.
ask questions and all that? How do you figure out?
You can see, at least some people have a chush to see already something's wrong here. They're lying, they're faking. It's not good. Something is off. Okay, let's get a little bit about this. I hope I answered somewhat. Let's get into the parsha a little bit. This parsha is very vast, very long, very different topics. It goes from one katzeh to another katzeh. Does anyone have any specific topic they want to touch on? Yes or no? No? Maybe? No? Okay, there's a character that I really, really enjoy talking about. His name is Lavan. This Lavan is the typical father-in-law, the tormentor of all mankind, the man that just never thinks anyone will ever be good enough for his daughters. His daughters are the best. What do we do with such a man? What do we do with Lavan? Huh? To the point when we read the Agadah, what does the Agadah say? The Haggadah? Pesach?
Lavan was worse.
Oh, very good. Sheva Tamid Chacham. Lavan was worse than Paro.
Wow.
Can you remind me the relationship between Lavan and Lot? I was trying to remember.
And Lot?
Lot, like, what's the big...
I think they're not that related. I thought that they were father and son.
They're not. Lavan
fathers.
and Lot are not related.
So can you...
Oh, wait.
They are related.
They're related. Lavan is the son of Betuel, which is the son of Nahor.
Okay.
Lot is the brother of Sarah, which is the nephew of Abraham.
Yes, okay. I knew
So
there was like
Sarah
an uncle and
They're
an
cousins.
uncle.
sister?
Yes,
Most of them.
Sarah and Lot are brothers and sister, and Avram is the uncle. Avram married his niece.
Who's Sarah's father?
Sarah's father was what was the brother that died? What?
Oh, okay. Haran? No.
No. Haran's the place. You're good. Nahor. Nahor. You said that, right? I think it.
Yeah, that's
Nahor. He died. He wanted to be like Abraham. He died. His kids.
Sarah and Lot.
Yeah, are Sarah and Lot. Which Mashiach comes out of them.
Oh wow. Doesn't Mashiach come out of converts also? Like
Yeah, Lot.
Oh yeah.
Lot was a convert. Not Lot. Lot's daughters. He had 2 daughters, and whatever they did, what they did, and Mashiach came out of that. And, see, the I say
It's justify the means.
yes. Say it again.
The ends.
The ends justify the means. There you go. There you go. Lavan needed to do what he did. Why? Because now we wouldn't have Mashiach. Lavan was a huge neshama. I'm not Lavan. Lot was a huge neshama. Huge. He's one of the shorshei of neshamot. Huge. He's ginormous. Lavan too, actually, Dafka. Lavan's pretty big too. If I take out the Shara Gilgulim and tell you all the people that come from the neshama of Lavan, your mouth will drop. A lot of tzaddikim came from Lavan. A lot. Go ahead.
Simple question.
Go.
So you know how like whenever they say like you get your traits from your parents. So I never understood how like Esau and Yaakov like they had such different like one was a Russia, one was a Tzaddik. Like how could it be that they're so different when it comes?
So you're looking at it wrong. You're looking at it in righteousness and not righteousness. Yitzchak Avinu was very similar to Esau.
That's why you love him a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Till
You
13.
mean Yaakov or Yitzchak?
Yitzchak was very similar to Esau.
Okay, fine.
How do we know this? Esau, his soul comes from not Esau. Yitzchak is from what? Gevura, right? Strength, judgment. You know where Esau's soul comes from? Even higher, a higher level of judgment. It's called the judgment of darkness. It's a very, very lofty area. I think it's called Butsina de Cornelia. It's a very, very lofty area. And Esau had a certain connection with him. With Yitzchak. That's why Yitzchak didn't care that he spoke to him disrespectfully. Kumavi, v'tuchal mitzayit bincha. Get up, father, and eat from your son's hunting. What? Imagine you tell it to your father. Get up, eat my food. God wants you to be you trach one time. He's gonna say, count your teeth right now. Huh. Count your teeth, right? That's what he's gonna say. Knock out. Same thing. But what? Yitzchak understood him. He always thought, if I'm gonna make him Baal Tshuva, he's gonna be number one. And that's what happened. Next week's parasha, there was a chance, and we missed it. With Dina. We messed up.
You're supposed to marry her.
We should have married Dina. He should have. Whatever. You shouldn't have anything. It didn't happen, right? Okay, but let's get back. Who is this Lavan guy? Lavan didn't care to kill anybody. Not his daughters, not his son-in-law, not his grandkids, nobody. He was the pure artiste, as we call it. What happened at the end of this week's parasha? Why'd you leave? At least you should have let me say bye to my grandkids and my daughter. He gave them hell for years, and suddenly when they're about to leave and depart and go, what does he say? Why'd you leave? In life, we're going to finish with this, because I have a wedding to catch. In life, you will meet many kinds of people. It's like those grandmas and say, come for chai. And you know they're going to say no. Why are you asking to come for chai if you know you're going to say no? One time you say, yes, I'm coming. You're going to see the whole face drop. Like, oh, I have to sit on the table now? Say, yes, I'm coming, grandma. Let's go. Let's drink that chai together, right? Don't be a Lavan. Don't be fake. Be Adam Emet. That's why Yaakov couldn't handle Lavan. Because Yaakov was Midah of what? Emet. Emet le Yaakov. Lavan was Sheker. He was full of lies. He told you something, he did something else. He promised this woman, he gave the other woman. He promised this kind of sheep, he took the sheep. He promised those kind of sheep, he took the sheep. You have to in life be Emet. If you're not going to be Emet, you're going to end up like Lavan. You look like you're white, but really you're inside black. That's why his name was Lavan, to trick the people. I'm such a nice person. My name is Lavan. No, my friend, you're not Lavan. You're Shachor. You're worse than Shachor. And that's what we have to see in this week's parasha. The whole concept of what? Titen emet leYaakov. If you want to be from the Zera of Yaakov Avinu, you have to always be Ish Emet. If you see something is not working with you in certain things, don't procrastinate and waste your time. Time is something that will go and never come back. Get up and find a different place. Find a different thing. I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about in general in life. Don't lie to yourself. The worst thing you can do is lie to yourself. The worst thing you can do is lie to yourself.
Saying what? Like what type of?
Anything. About the girl that you're going out, about the life that you're living, about the job that you're in, about the way you're avodat HaKodesh, by the yeshiva that
So
you're
what do
in.
you do? Ask someone?
You gotta go to someone you have a kesher with,
Keep
someone
in
that's
check.
not biased. Anyone that's biased, you can never ask him for advice. That's a cloud. Never ever can you ask him for advice unless you know that person is such an ish emet that he'll give you the advice that's good for you regardless if he wants something in benefit. That's why most people don't go to their parents for advice. Unfortunately, it's like that. It's sad. But if parents would be smart, they wouldn't be biased.
It's hard though. To not be biased with your kids.
Correct. It's very hard. Because you have a certain expectation for them. But if you put your expectations aside and say, what does the kid need? He's going through confusion. Why should he get advice from someone else that really doesn't care about him? Today he's with him, tomorrow he's not with him. Let me be the one that's going to guide my son or my daughter. You know when that's going to happen? When your son sees you at home that you're an emit. Everything stems from the house. Everything. 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 If the house is emet, the kids are going to come out emet. If the husband and wife are loving at home, the kids are going to come out somewhat 80% decent in their brain. But that only comes from avodah pnimi, self-work. You must always work on yourself. Sifrei Musar, Sifrei Chasidut, Sifrei of inspiration. You have to always. You cannot drop those svarim. Never. Because they build you. They make you menschlichkeit. They make you menschlichkeit.
There's a Rav today. We learned a Musar Sefer based on Levi B'tachon. We learned for like 20 minutes at night. And it's like supposed to, and like a rabbi came up with like
Like before Gemara.
Like
So
we
it's
learned
like
right before
for an
Gemara.
hour and a half, but like 20 minutes just get us into the.
And this is when the rabbi was like, why are you learning that? You could learn off of Gemara and it'll make you better too. He was a rabbi. I don't think he was a rabbi.
It's
It's
make
like
a difference. Again, that's someone that's judging the situation based on what?
appearance.
On himself and not based on the kid right now. The kid's learning based on Levi because he feels that's what he needs. It's a problem. It's a huge problem. It's called an identity crisis.
For
him.
But who cares? It's his problem. It's not my problem. He made a comment, so I'll just look past it.
You're right. But not everyone has that mindset. As you see, they're mentioning it because it's still instinct in their brain.
I just thought it was like a crazy thing to say.
They still thinking about it.
Especially if that person is like, let's say, a mashgiach, a magid shir, a head chavrusa,
I
someone
don't know
that
what he is.
whatever, something that people look up to, right? You look at him and he says that, you're like, but you're not feeling what I'm feeling. You're not coming from where I'm coming from. You don't know what struggles I have to go through. Maybe the struggles of bitachon are so big that's why I can't learn Gemara to begin with normally. A real machat goes and says, what's going on, guys? Talk to me. Let's learn Beis HaLevi together. Let's go. Let's do it.
It's the wrong yeshiva rabbi.
I'm telling you, it's very important. It's very important. Most people in yeshivas are, at least in our community, come from which high schools? Do you know? Hebrew high schools. Do you ever think of for a second why? What happened to the guys that went to the Stark high schools? They all went to work, college, and why? Why? Because it was that 20 minutes before davening of Musar that got them. It was that half an hour after them get the kesher with their Rebbe. That's what they had in order to push them to that. But now when you take that out and you only say, shtagin, the Bayside, what happens? That's the tachlit, don't get me wrong. That's what we have to get to. I'm not saying not. People are going to take this and they're going to take it crooked. You're supposed to get that. You're supposed to get the hashkaf and the musar from learning the Gemara or learning Shulchan Aruch. You're supposed to. But if you're not holding there, who are you lying to? It's like taking a kid and saying, listen, I'm an Olympic swimmer. You're going to learn to be an Olympic swimmer. Strah! You throw him in the water. The guy's drowning. Swim, you'll be fine. I'm dying. What fine? Tupoi. I'm drowning. Don't you see? You'll figure it out. Move your feet and hands. Make sure you're above water. That's exactly how people
What's the right
act.
approach?
What?
What's the right approach?
Chanoch nar al pi darko. You see the guy, he needs a certain thing.
But there's a system. That's the system.
You're right, but
Okay, but what's better? That or nothing?
No,
No?
but
It's either the system or go to public school. I'm saying no.
no, absolutely not. You see, the system is sto ba'mora, as my rabbi used to tell me. If you don't fit the bed, we stretch you. If you're too big, we cut you. Then you fit in the system, but you'll become damaged either way, either with a foot that's overstretched, lach body, or cut in half that you have to walk right now with a wheelchair. But you're part of the system, habibi. Perfect system. You're all matching. Tak, 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 tak. But you're being all mentally insane. Or, how Yiddishkeit is, 12 Shvatim, 12 different derechs. All leading to what? All leading to what? Same thing, to serve Hashem. So in the beginning, the guy, it doesn't feel that way. So as a machanech, you have to know how to make that guy get there. If the guy doesn't know how to get there, your job is to gear him to that. No one's telling you to leave the guy the way he is. But guide him properly that he can get there. That's it. You're going to have kids one day. You're going to see all your kids are different.
Why shouldn't the father help it also? Why is it only on the mechanech?
Because unfortunately we live in a generation and in a community that the fathers themselves.
Saying for us, let's say we're going to be fathers, why shouldn't we?
You should. You should, absolutely. Who said not?
No, you say the mechanech, I think.
No, the father, of course, the father should. Of course, 100%. 100%. But if you yourself are not strong, solid, how are you going to help your kid?
Strong in what sense? Enjoying the bar or not?
No, in being healthy. Being healthy. Gotta be healthy. A father needs to be open-minded. The kid comes home the first time with a cigarette in his hand. Or no, he doesn't come, he smells. How are you going to handle the situation?
Accept it.
Now comes close.
You can't turn him away. You can't turn him away. You turn him away, you do behind your back.
That means you're not a narrow-minded person. Not everyone thinks that way.
What did he say? What did he say? What was his name?
Unfortunately, the crowd that you're in don't even think that way. So when you're telling me what you're telling me, that's because you're normal. You understand? So the guy that's stagging all day is going to take his son and say, no, the Gemara's not giving you that feeling. You're not smoking the Taisvais. You're not seeing the Rashba. The son's saying, the food. I'm right now, where am I and where's the Tosafot right now? What's to me to Rashi?
Different stratospheres.
Exactly. So the father has to know how to take the son and say, let's, what's going on? Forget it. Close the Gemara, close the Chumash. It's not important. What's going on, B'nai Hayakar? Come to me, my love. Let's talk. Let's go out. But all that can be also fixed before it gets there.
How do you deal with that as a parent when your kids doing something wrong? Smoking, this, that. Because it hurts as a parent. Obviously, you don't want them to do that, but like.
But it's not
wanna...
about you.
But it's your son. It's
But
a
it's not
reflection
about
of
you.
no?
It's not about you.
It's not a reflection of you?
It's not about you. It's not you. You're putting yourself in again. It's about him. It's about him. It's not about you. Understand that concept. That will.
But you want the best for him.
But it's not. But how are you gonna right now get him to the best he can be if you're putting yourself?
You're not enabling him by letting him do it?
No.
Why not?
You're actually helping him get out of it eventually.
Eventually.
It's either eventually or never. That's the
But
difference.
eventually is not always for sure, though.
But never is never.
Yeah.
Never is. I'd rather go with a 50-50 than a 0.
I hear that.
That's what it is.
I hear that.
Listen, we live in a day and age, I'm sorry, I have to say, Tava is everywhere. Tava is everywhere you go, there's another pleasure. If it's the phone, if it's women, if it's doing
Money.
drugs, if it's money, if it's... You know what you have to, you know what kind of superstar you have to be at home? That your son and daughter should be glued to you and not glued to someone if there's something else?
Wow, if your understanding is that hard? you're an open-minded person.
But you know what kind of superstar you have to be to make them say, I want to be Abba. Abba's not running after Aleph Bet Gimel Dalet Hey Vav. He's running after Hashem. How do I be like Abba? How come my father's always happy? He's always uplifted. He's always smiling. He sees my mother. They're always in love together. They're like little kids, but being adults. It's so healthy. You don't even understand. It's so healthy. A child that never saw his parents in love, not doing love, but in love, is not a healthy child. Because then he doesn't know how to formulate when he's going to get married. And what happens? Don't do this, don't do that. Oh my God, my love language is like this. I never heard this. It's 21st century. My love language is not to touch me. Just say hi to me. Are you stupid in the head? Am I married to a robot? I'm telling you, I hear this all the time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, women call me. They say, can you tell my husband to stop being too affectionate? That's not my love
She
language.
doesn't love him, no?
I said, are you mentally
She doesn't love
insane?
him.
Are you
Oh my
sick? He's a man! What do you want him to do?
Look at him.
What do you want him to do? To blow? Everything's okay? Damn it! You guys don't even know what's going
Are
on
they
out
still
there.
married or no?
They're married.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pella, no?
It's not a Pella, it's a lot of work. It's a
On
Pella
whose
that
side?
on both. I think especially on my side, it's 10 times my work now. To explain to the woman how she needs major therapy and he needs to relax himself and they have to work together in order to get to the common cause. It's not so simple. Because some people don't even see it as an issue.
That's crazy. Probably not.
It's a huge issue, I'm telling you. You can say crazy today tomorrow. What are you doing about it to become a perfect person?
Nah, I'm saying crazy about this.
I know. But I'm saying, what are you doing about it? You shouldn't get there. How are you perfecting yourself?
That's out of my control though.
How you're protecting yourself from you?
How are you perfecting yourself that these situations don't happen to you?
You have to work on yourself.
Yeah, like Gemara.
Amen? You have to. Don't get me wrong, you have to learn Gemara. I'm not against it. I just
you got a girl.
there needs to be a sense of I'm mekabeling this oil on myself. If you're not ready and they just throw an oil on you, you'll break. You'll break. I've seen it time after time after time after time again. You need to have the kli to want it. And it's the mechanich's job in order to get that person to want it. And if he doesn't do it, the mechanich didn't do a full job. Have a good night, Joe.
That's